first down throw. It's Smith. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
52, regular, 35.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards on the play. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. 3rd and long, it's Smith. And that is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. Got him, and it's late. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On first down, Smith. Dancing to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Smith again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Great 15. Tiger.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. Introduced himself with authority on that play.
Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Airing this one out for Evans. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I thought, okay, I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27.
I got 980. 15, yeah.
On first down, it's Smith. And his throw here's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Let's go, 15.
To the air again, Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Nice move at the 5. Oh, and now he bowls him over. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Smith throwing again. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, but it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, it's Jones. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Anthony Barr able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, but they face a second and long to start things out. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now Jameis on second down. Eluding the pressure right. They find some open field here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Let's go.
Second down, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Howard. Howard has the first down and then some. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish.
Latavius Murray. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big run that time by Murray. 71 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Hey, on.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Forbath, the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
Let's convert.
On play action, Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Bucs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action now. Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Hey, on.
After the interception, here's Smith. His throw caught around the 6. And he's brought down after a good gain. And that one results in 35 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And his kick is right through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Winston lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Looking for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Smith now throwing again. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
To throw on 3rd down, Smith. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Throwing, Winston. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A second down throw for Winston. Throw left side complete. It's Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. First down, Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll throw again, Winston. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play. On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
They'll go again to Jones. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Smith. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Vinnie Curry able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And take it right on the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Caught on the right side by Jones. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, Winston. And, oh, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go. Let's go. 15.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Let's go. Let's go. 15.
They'll try the air now with Smith. He'll find Thielen working the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Let's go. Let's go, 15.
On 1st down, Murray. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total